The last day, this is not going to come. Something is not going to happen or come until the last day. That day, judgment day, the last day. Read.
Except there come a falling away first.
Unless there be a change.
And that man of sin be revealed.
Now that man of sin be revealed. So the judgment day or the day of judgment is not going to come until the man of sin, and in Hebrew that word is ayash, right? Which could be a man, it could be men, it could be a nation of men, right? So until that man of sin be revealed, right? Hold on, there's more, right? We got Captain of 13. With that, I'm going to pass the class over to Captain of 13,000, Captain Nayathaq. Shalom.
Tawada. We have in here Shalom Yahaba Shukam, Yahweh Shemata by Shemashai. How y'all doing?
Doing 12, sir.
Y'all good?
Come, sir.
All right, where we at right now? So what today is?
Veterans Day.
I see you falling a trap, man. Today's just class, man.
It's class.
Good night.
Man, falling to my trap, man. Yeah, is that a court one?
Because usually, like on these holy days, you know what I'm saying? Usually we get a little lesson on the holy days.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I said that. All right, sir. So Slovakia, sir.
No. You good. You're good.
Here you go.
Yeah, you're good. You're definitely good, man. But we're gonna touch on Veterans Day. You understand? And what are they teaching today in the schools pertaining to Veterans Day? What are they teaching in these schools? You know what I mean? Any young brother who going to school today want to take a shot at it? We have in class.
Oh, it's like the young man in school here. He said they ain't teach him nothing about it today.
They didn't teach nothing about it today, but okay, but what does he know about it? Just some hearing. Or brothers, what I mean, anybody, sisters, what you all hear about Veterans Day? What you all know about Veterans Day?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
If I may. So, like, it's just a day of propaganda to me, sir. Like, you know, they talk about, you see, they got a lot of our people up front today because what they're trying to do in preparation for the holidays, push that unity, that togetherness. You know, that's what I see it as, sir. I see it as them trying to propagate the bullshit, Salakia, to us, thinking that we all going to come together because we all died for America. These veterans, they died for America, for the system.
Yes.
And we all were there. So they show you, even on the sports show, sir, if I may, they have all of the veterans. They had black veterans, Hispanic veterans, all over the place. You see it.
Yeah.
So that's what I saw. That's the game.
Yeah. I just somebody get me the Leviticus 11. I believe 11. That's where the Lord speaks about his high holy days. Right? Just so, I mean, brothers and sisters who tuning in. Right? Like today is not a day for us to celebrate. Today was, you know what I mean? Remember, the Lord says in the Bible that he hates our feast days. You understand? He doesn't like them. Right? Let's get that. Let's get Leviticus. Whoever Leviticus to me. 11. And verse 1.
Salakia. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and the Aaron, saying unto them, verse
Go
2,
ahead.
speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are
No,
on the earth.
not 11. Is 11 and 23. I mean, not 11 and 23. Is Leviticus 23, I believe. Right? This one is the dietary law that he's going to tell them about what to eat, what not to eat. All right. I want where it speaks about the high holy days, right? Which I believe is Leviticus 23.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts.
Right? These are my feasts. So the Lord already did what? Give us high holy days to celebrate. Right? And Memorial Day is not in the Bible. So therefore, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, as a people, we should not be celebrating this day. We should not. And you're going to learn something about it today that mainstream media don't teach you about, because America will whitewash your entire history if they could. You understand? They will whitewash your entire history if they could. You understand? 50 years from now, you might think Michael Jordan was a Caucasian male and was the best athlete in the NBA if they have it their way. You understand? They will even try to take you, what was it, Michael Jackson, and say he was the best. I mean, he was a Caucasian male, best entertainer, I mean, on the planet at his point in time. You understand? This is what the oppressor does, right? Now, who wants to look up? Who wants to give me the history of Veterans Day? Somebody look it up for me now and give me and read it for me. All right. Look up Veterans Day for me. Because remember, if you leave it up to these schools, I mean, for these kids, they will learn what that slavery, that whole slavery that we went through, our forefathers went through. It was just a migration that our forefathers took from Africa, from the land of Africa to here. You understand? We just migrated, not knowing Black people were forced on those ships. And when you force someone into a ship, into a car, anything, when you force them, what are you doing? When you take them from point A to point B, you force them from point A to point B. What's that called in America?
Salakia, sir.
Come
That's
on.
kidnapping.
Kidnapping. Now look up that in the Bible for me, Yaniza, where it says about it. All right. Now who got the history?
Salaki, I got a AI overview.
Come on, yeah, I'll take that too.
Okay, it say
that's the Caucasian male voice. Come on.
it say Veterans Day began as Armistice Day in 1919 to commemorate the end of World War I and became a federal holiday in 1938.
Right.
And
that's what it's saying, and that's why it's so difficult right now that the truth is, coming out for Black people and Hispanics and First Nation people. The truth is coming out right now, but we have to fight what? What we have to fight with? Or fight against?
we got to
Not
fight
physically. Come on.
fight against principalities.
Give me, break it, make it simple. What we have to fight against? The truth is coming out. What do we have to fight against?
Oppression and propaganda.
I'll take propaganda. I'll take propaganda. Why? Because propaganda is the terminology they use for what they're doing. Like the people who study advertisement, they use that word propaganda. But to keep it simple, if you teaching the truth, you have to fight against what?
Propaganda.
The lies.
That's it, Kwaiba. The lies. Simple. You understand? Remember you teaching a child. The child, you'll have to know, break down what propaganda is. But a lie, you tell a child you shouldn't lie. Shouldn't tell a lie. But the child going to school and learning what? Lies.
And so, like I said,
Come on.
I got that scripture for you.
Okay, hold that for me.
Karamaka.
Tawada. No, they go to school learning lies. They're learning. Thanksgiving is about what, 2 weeks time. They're going to learn what, that this the so-called Caucasian man sat down with the Native Indian and had a good meal. They're not going to learn the truth unless you teach them, or unless they come into the truth. And they sit down in these classes. Then they're going to learn what Thanksgiving was all about. And then after Thanksgiving, you have what? Christmas. Yes, which is another big lie, which is propaganda again. You understand? Saying that what? That's Christ's birthday, when the Bible clearly tells you Christ was born around spring, and Christ never celebrated his birthday. No Israelite in the Bible celebrated their birthday. When you hear about anybody having a celebration around their birthday time, it was the oppressor. It was these Caucasians. You understand? Right? Now, Kwaiba, read that over one more time. And I want you all to keep that in mind, what Kwaiba is reading here right now. Kwaiba is reading about the so-called holiday today, Veterans Day. And to show how America is so hypocritical when it comes to Veterans Day, we all look and see where these veterans are. Where are mostly these veterans that come back from war? Where they are?
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear you. Say it one time.
These veterans that came back from doing these tours and so-called defending America from terrorism, where are they today?
They homeless on the streets.
Yeah, they're homeless in the streets, having to fight up with the what they call the hospital,
Walter Reed,
the Veterans Hospital, just to get their medical care. You understand? Like, if America was so much into veterans and taking care of the veterans, then guess what? We won't see a homeless veteran. You understand? We won't see a veteran struggling on the streets of America after they done put on that their uniform in honor to go defend this country and put their life on the line for this country.
And so, like I said, if I may,
come on.
They cut, like they used to have like psychological, care for them with the post-traumatic stress disorder and stuff.
Yeah,
and they cut it like in more than half. Like they used to like give you first trial basis and see how far you need to go, and they would continue according to what you needed. But now it's like they put a limit. It's like 3 months and then that's it. 3 or 4 months and then that's it.
Yeah. You understand? They don't care about you. And this place, you know what I mean? This place doesn't care. If America doesn't care about the veterans, then you know for sure they don't care about black people. You know for sure they do not care about black people. I don't have to tell you about Hispanics. And I don't even have to tell you about the Native Indians. Don't have to tell you about that. You understand? All right? So Yanis, read that Shalom Fayetteville. Read that the verse you're holding for me.
Come on, concert. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24 and verse 7. If a man be found stealing any of his brethren of the children of Israel, and maketh merchandise of him, or selleth him.
Right. So this is the Lord doing what? Making a law between us. We cannot do this. You understand? You cannot treat your brother like this. You understand? Making merchandise of your brother. Right? Read on.
Then that thief shall die.
That thief shall what?
Shall die.
Shall die. You understand? Right? And that so you imagine we have that law between each other. Furthermore, what the law gonna do to this oppressor for what he did to us. You understand? Right? And is that the one where it says he that stealeth a man?
This is this is saying that this one is saying among the Israelites alone, but there's another one.
That's the 101.
Okay, let me see if I can get that one.
Right? And now, right? I'm a play a video for you all. And let's keep in mind what Choir Bar read. Choir Bar, read that over one more time. The history of Veterans Day that you got from AI.
Veterans Day began as Armistice Day in 1919 to commemorate the end of World War I and became a federal holiday in 1938. In 1954, Congress changed the name to Veterans Day to honor all American veterans, not just those who served in World War I. Salakia.
Go ahead.
The holiday is observed on November 11th to recognize all that have served in the U.S. Armed Forces.
Right. All that have served. You understand? Right? Now, give the one I'm asking for is Exodus 21 and 16. Go ahead. Exodus 21 and 16. All right. And let me set this up for you. All right. And this one you really had to go look for, because the more and more we, the oppressor, puts his hands in our history, the more and more we have to go start looking for it. You understand? You have to go look for it.
Yeah.
All right. Who has Exodus 21 and 16?
What did he say he fell through here? Oh, Salaki.
Exodus 21 and 16.
Salakia, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him.
He that what?
And he that stealeth a man and selleth him. Or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
You understand? That's the law. You know what I mean? That the Lord had when it came to us. So what you think gonna happen to the oppressor for what he did to God's chosen people? You understand? The Lord, even though, you understand, the oppressor, he wants to erase your history, the Lord is not going to erase his deed towards Black people, towards Hispanic and First Nation people. That's why the Bible, when you read not the Apocrypha, but the Bible dictionary, the Zondervan, or even the Bible, in there's no mercy for the oppressor. None whatsoever, because of what he did. You understand? To Black people, to Hispanics and First Nation people. Now, let's listen to this. Hold on. I'll pull this here. All right. Hit the play button. So we're going to listen to this just for a little bit. Tell me if you're all hearing it, right?
I had a
a very lucky discovery in my research for my book on Civil War memory. I found it in a collection at the Houghton Library at Harvard, the papers of an old Union veterans organization, and there were boxes of this stuff. But I don't know, maybe in the second box I looked in, there was a file labeled First Decoration Day. And I opened it, and here was a handwritten narrative.
So at first it was called what? You heard what it was called first? What was it called first?
Decorations Day.
Decorations Day. All right.
On a piece of cardboard. At the bottom of it, it had a name, Berwick, but it listed a date and the New York Herald Tribune. I went over and got out the New York Herald Tribune for that date in late spring of 1865 in Charleston, South Carolina. And whoever wrote that down put the wrong date. I kept looking and kept looking and kept looking and kept looking, and finally, there it was. Verbatim, that story. It was describing a parade held in Charleston, South Carolina on May 1st, 1865. The Civil War had ended, just ended. Charleston had been evacuated by the Confederates back in February. The people left in Charleston, by and large, were all African Americans and Union troops, some white, some black. And the story on this narrative was people gathered on the old Planters horse track, the racetrack in Charleston. It was called the Washington Race Course, and they held this extraordinary parade. In the last 6 to 8 months of the war, the Confederates had converted the infield of that racetrack into an open-air prison, and about 260 Union soldiers had died of exposure and disease, and they'd all been thrown in a mass grave out behind the grandstand of the race course. We now have photos of that grandstand. The story was just almost unbelievable when I first read it. About 10,000 people marched around the old Planters race course, and the oval is still there in a park. But it said it was led by some 2,000 or 3,000 black children carrying armloads of roses and flowers and singing John Brown's Body, followed by black women, black men, and then Union troops. And they marched around the course, and then they gathered in this cemetery that had been created by local black workmen, as many as could fit into the cemetery. And they heard preaching from 5 black ministers, according to this article, and a small black children's choir sang the national anthem, America the Beautiful, and 3 or 4 spirituals. After this ceremony, broke up and went back into the infield of the old racetrack and did what most of us do on Memorial Day. They had picnics, they had a...
This is just for educational purposes, all right? But you all see what happened here, right? This is what you call a whitewash. You understand? Your oppressor, he takes everything that you did and try to do what? And try to make it about himself. You understand? He's tried to make it about himself, Akim. You are kind people. You are compassionate people. He is not. He is not. And he take things that he see you doing, and now he starts doing it. But it look weird when he does it. He looks like a big hypocrite when he does it. Why? Because you clearly could see he doesn't care about his soldiers. Like he just give his soldiers what, 1 day out of what? The whole entire year? 1 day? You gonna remember these soldiers? Nah. Give me Ecclesiasticus, I think 26 and 28. Understand? Ecclesiasticus 26 and 28. That's why you brothers in the military, Esau military, you all should leave that military. Leave it and come into the Lord's military, where we gonna care for each other.
Come.
You understand? America doesn't care about their military personnel. They're gonna use you. You understand? When they're done with you, you know what I mean? Lord forbid if you do die in combat, they're gonna just wrap a flag up and give it to your parents or to your loved ones. And don't talk about this president. Donald Trump said something about these military people. He made some statement. I remember he was at a funeral for military personnel. I forget the statement he made. Somebody could look that up for me, man, and find that. That would be real good. Bankele, if you did, look it up for me. Come on.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26 and verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third make me angry.
And the what?
And the third make me angry.
Until it makes the Most High angry. Come on.
A man of war that suffereth poverty.
A man of war that what?
That suffereth poverty.
How in the hell you could be going putting your life on the line for this nation? But then you suffering?
So like a cat, what was that question? What president?
No. Trump. Remember, Trump said something about a black soldier. I think he said something along the line. He knew what he signed up for.
Come on. I know exactly what you're talking about. The soldier that got unalived in Africa.
Yeah, I believe so. Like they clearly could see that they don't, you know what I mean, care about us. You know what I mean? Read on Kwaba.
And men of understanding that are not set by.
Right. Like you men are understanding, but guess what? You on the corner telling black people, yo, do not join this military. Don't join this kingdom. Don't give in to this kingdom. Hakeem Jeffries and what's the other one?
Cory Booker.
They gave in to this society. You could clearly see that. And when you give in to these people, you in turn hate your people. Now your people, their problems is not your problem. Now your problem become problems of people who pay a salary. You understand? Why? Because you now don't turn your back on your people for money. Not saying you can't go get a job. Go get a job. Go work. We're in slavery, captivity. But now don't go sell your soul out to people who giving you money. And now you giving all your love to these people, and now your people suffering. And you're not doing anything for them. You're not even speaking on their behalf. You're not doing anything for them. You heard? Come on.
Come on. Those people are crash dummies.
Yeah.
You know, because they never gonna be loved. So even if they sell their people out, no, they never gonna be cared for. You just a crash dummy.
That's right. You understand? Come on.
This is what you asked for. It says in 2017, Donald Trump was widely criticized for remarks he made during a condolence phone call to Maisha Johnson, the widow of Sergeant LaDavid Johnson, a black special forces soldier killed in ambush in Niger.
A black what? Special forces soldier. Soldier what? This soldier, he is special forces. So he going through what? Special training. He ain't going through that, you know what I mean, that regular training that you get when you go in the military. He going through some rugged, you know what I mean, some real, you know what I mean, tough training to become a special force. And listen to what, you know what I mean, this president is going to say.
The comment, a Democratic Congresswoman, Frederica Wilson, who was present with the family and overheard the call on speakerphone, said Trump told the grieving widow that her husband knew what he signed up for, end quote. Some reports include the detail, but I guess it hurts anyway.
Yeah, because he don't give a damn about you. So just imagine this brother don't give his life for his country. And now here come your president, the leader of their nation, saying he knew what he signed up for. No empathy whatsoever. So what you think he's thinking about veterans? Think he give a damn about veterans, whether they sleep, you know what I mean, under the the bypass, if they're homeless,
And so, like I
sleep in
said,
the park. Come on.
if I may, sir, like I'm pretty sure he was quoted as saying that veterans are suckers, quote unquote.
Mhm. Come on.
I have that as well. So
Come on.
this is separate from another widely reported controversy in 2020, where Trump was
Mhm.
accused of referring to American service members killed in war as losers and suckers during the
Brother.
2018 trip to France.
And you're a black man and you celebrating Veterans Day. I would not. I would save my integrity, man. You should too. You see, we just give it a real history on it. It started in 1865. When was slavery abolished in America?
1863, sir.
You understand? 2 years after. 2 years after, when you just went through the most atrocious thing in America, which is slavery, as a black man, and you still show these people love. You still show their dead soldiers love. You understand? And this place, I believe, is one of those holding cell for the not for the, I think it was for the either the Confederate, I believe, and they died. Yeah, but he just laid out there. No, you know what I mean? And they respected they try to show some respect to, you know what I mean, to these soldiers by putting them in graves. And now today, you're going to give all that to the oppressor when he's the one that left his soldiers to rot in that place in South Carolina.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
That was May 1st, 1865 in Charleston, and they were Union soldiers who died in the POW camp at a local racetrack.
Yes. What's POW again? Prisoner of war.
Conwakan, sir.
Yes. Tawada. You understand? And now your kids go to school and they don't learn about great things that black people do. So when they don't learn about great things that black people do, now as Kwaba said, the propaganda is there that black people are good for what? Nothing. We don't do anything good. When this is something not just good, but this is exceptional for people who've been treated so ill by another nation. And now you going to show their people respect more than what their people showed them. Remember, what was the Civil War about? What was the Civil War about? You remember? Remember what the Civil War was about?
About freeing the slaves, sir.
About what?
Freeing black people, whether or not, you know what I mean? One side wants black people to be free.
Salaki, sir.
Mm-hmm.
If I may, it's like it was really more about, it was about really keeping the United States united, keeping the power structure in place. And us being slaves was like secondary to the real cause that they, were pursuing.
Mm-hmm.
They really wasn't fighting to free us.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't really the crutch of the matter wasn't really to free the slaves. The crutch of the matter was to preserve the Union and keep America strong and keep white people in power. That's the whole crutch of the Civil War.
Yes. Who could get at that Abraham Lincoln quote for me? Who could find that Abraham Lincoln quote for me to show what the Civil War was all about? To this day, black people still think that the Civil War was to get them out of slavery. When if the Civil War was to get you out of slavery, why today in 2025 it feels as if the oppression is more? Now, I'm asking a question, right? What black newspaper how to put it, I won't say outlet, but firm. You know, black newspaper firm. Come on.
So, like, sir, I have the quote that you asked for.
Go ahead.
This is according to MPS.gov. If
Mhm.
I could save the Union without freeing any slave, I would do it.
You
And if I
understand?
could save it by freeing all the slaves, I would do it. And if I could save it by freeing some and leaving others alone, I would also do that.
You understand? His motive was to do what? To bring his people together. As Giannis has seen, this was a power struggle between the North and the South. And we was just in between the both of them. And we were just a means of the North getting over on the South. When slavery is still in effect today, we just call it by what? A different name. We don't say slavery no more. We say what? In here, we say slavery. In this school, yeah, I mean, we say, yeah, I'm going to the slave. Because we remember every day, we try not to do what? We try not to fall in love with working for this oppressor. So we call it what? A slave. What's your job? Your job is sitting in the seat, learning, and going out in the streets and teaching your brothers and sisters. That's your job. You understand? That's what you love to do. You understand? That's what you live to do. You understand? But about slavery, that's something you should never fall in love with. That should let you know that every day you are under oppression, just like your brothers and sisters. And we're gonna have to fight to get out of it. We're gonna have to make things right to get out. We're gonna have to start treating each other right to get out of it. You understand? Don't fool yourself and think you are going to fight in Esau's military for black people's freedom. You are not. Don't think you're going there to fight for freedom of speech for black people home here in America. You understand? I wish I could get that video of our brother, Makataza. You understand? When he was first out there at camp, and he made, and I think it was around the time something happened in Charleston, and the brother, he was like, man, I went and defended, these people against terrorists, and now he came back to America, and America was treating his people as terrorists. You understand? Wish I could get that video. Somebody could find that video somewhere on Facebook for my brother and let me know. I'll play it right now. For you veterans. Come on.
You're talking about when Wakanda was like about the rules of engagement, how easily a cop could just shoot people. And
yes.
We have to train as far as de-escalation of force, or equal force, and how could to America. He said when I was in Afghanistan or at war, there was way more rules at actual war than it is here on the soil here in America. You can just shoot people dead in the street with no consequence.
Yes. And that brother there, boy, give him a cause our hand, man. You know what I mean? That was a soldier. That was a brother. You understand? That was a brother who understand he made a mistake by joining Esau's military and came in here and joined the real military. You understand? Of the Lord. You understand? And now this military of the Lord, we go out and what? Fish brothers in. Pull brothers in. And sisters in. You know what I mean? Give them what? That discipline they need. You understand? Give them that integrity, that moral compass that they need. Because you leave it up to America, huh? We're done. Give me John 8:44.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
I just want to say something about Makataza, because
Come on.
I was like, when he passed, you know what I'm saying? I remember we was on our way to Charlotte, when we got the word. But the thing that I remember, sir, if I may, is that like when I found out he was an officer of 50, I was shocked, because when I came to the school, I thought he was like a 500 or 1,000 or 5,000. He was so sharp. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was such a, I'll never forget that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I thought this brother was like in the school for a long time because the way he carried himself.
That's
And
right.
the funeral that we went to, sir, was the most honorable funeral that I ever witnessed in my entire life. I
That's
never
right.
forget it.
Mhm.
Water, sir.
That's right. That's right. I mean, Doctor's out. You know what I mean? Give me what I asked for? John 8:44.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
The book of John, chapter 8 and verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do.
Right? And why are we saying that? That's because we call the oppressor the devil the Bible speaks of. He is the deceiver on this earth today. Like black people, if we really learn the history, if we were really left alone to learn our history, we will see and understand why Christ called them. Read it one more time. Where Christ said what?
You are of your father, the devil.
Right?
And
You of your father, the devil. You understand? Not the man beneath the earth. There's no man with no pitchfork beneath the earth. You understand? You just have to turn the news on and see Orange Man. And you know you're in hell. You understand? You know you're in hell. Come on.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
And this is how you know it's talking about your oppressor. Because ain't nobody else on the planet Earth don't have what? Pigmentation. You understand? How do you know a murderer when you walk in the room? Where's the blood? The blood is what? On their hands or on their body. Well, the oppressor, his blood shows through his skin. He is what you call the red man. You want to know the murderer on the face of the earth? Just look at the oppressor. It says it for himself. If you all saw the radio show last night, you'll see that there was they played a video of a little child saying he wants a little Caucasian boy saying he wants to grow up to be a murderer. You understand? Like, you know what I mean? Ain't no Israelite, you know what I mean, saying, you know what I mean, being so, you know what I mean, clear with their what you call that? With their, I forget the word they call it. Esau has a word for it. Not ambition, but it gonna come back to me. But his ambition, you know what I mean, or his goal, his life goal was to be a murderer. This young boy. Where's he learning that from? The Bible say what? They estranged from the what? From the womb. Like we trying to fix them when there's no what? You can't fix the suppressor. We trying to beg them. There's no begging the oppressor. You understand? There's no begging the oppressor. Not with what he's doing on this earth right now. All right. Now give me read that one more time for me, and then I'll gain to you know what I mean, a little bit of this book. You know what I mean? I was reading here. Come on.
Ye are of your father, the devil,
Mm-hmm.
and the lust of your father ye will do.
The lust of your father. Go ahead. Sorry.
Salakia. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth.
Yeah, he don't abode in the truth. He what? He lies and lies and lies and lies on top of lies. You understand? Everything. Remember Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk said that what? Black people were number one criminals on the face of the, well, in America. He lied. He lied. We're the number one, but they will portray us as the number one because it's all, as I said in the beginning, propaganda. And we're going to get into this book. This brother who was he had his own advertising company, and he wrote a book. You understand? And how Esau on what they do to the image, you know what I mean, of someone. You will see it play out right in front of your eyes, but you will never know it happening to you. You would have no clue of what's taking place until you came into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Then guess what? Your eyes started opening and you started realizing that what? Even though he's giving me what? He's paying my bills, meaning he's giving you a check. Even though he's giving you SNAP, even though he's, you know what I mean, clothing you, giving you food, that does not mean he loves you. This is how you have to look at it, right? He has a dog. What does he do with the dog? He feeds the dog. You understand? Takes the dog to the vet whenever you have to take the dog to the vet. You understand? He cares for that dog. You know what I mean? Some of these oppressors, they buy clothes and put it on the dog. Dress.
Salakia, cat.
Come on.
We was at camp. We was at camp Saturday the Edomite. She had the dog in a damn book bag or something like that. She was carrying the dog around like like how women carry children.
Yeah.
Big ass dog, Salakia.
Yeah. And that's picture that, and that's how they see us. So guess what? They'll take care of us, they'll give us clothes, but they will never ever try, you know what I mean, to make you their equal. That's why to them, what's his name? What Trump was doing, when Trump came out and was fully against the so-called immigrants who were your brothers, you know what I mean, and sisters, you understand? These people went and voted for him and said, this is what I put him in there for. But now he's taking their money away, their SNAP money away. The farmers suffering. You understand? They're suffering. They're suffering with this with the so-called snaps. You think that's the put that snap back on because of you? No, because white people realize, you know what? We on this more than black people. They're on this more than black people. And they're suffering more, but they're willing to do it so that you don't be their equal. They're willing to go through that suffering. They're willing to put all of that aside, what their own brother doing them, what their own people doing them, so that you suffer. Understand that for a minute. And then you'll understand what Christ is saying, ye of your father, the devil. Is that who he is?
Okay.
And now give me
Salakia.
Come on.
I want to say they distracted us so much that we didn't see the knife in his hand.
Yes, that's what you call the propaganda. And we're gonna get into that. No, give me Matthew 1 and 21. All right. And then we're gonna jump into this book here.
Khan.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 1 and 21, you said? Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua.
And thou shalt call his name what?
Jesus.
Right? Yahushua, Jesus in English. Christ, a black man. Read on.
For he shall save his people from their sins.
His people, meaning Christ has a what? A people. You understand? You want to know who to give your life for? Follow Christ. Christ gave his life for his brothers and his sisters, who are the blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people. Christ didn't tell it to go join what? The Roman military. They had a military back then. He didn't tell it go join it. Christ tell it, render unto Caesar what is Caesar, but unto the Lord. The Lord. Pay your taxes. You're in America, right? Go work, pay your taxes. But your soul, belongs to the Lord. You understand? It belongs to the Lord. Now let's get into some of this, right? Now this book is called Brainwashed: Challenging the Myth of Black Inferiority by Thomas Burrell. All right, we're gonna read a little bit of it. Right, this brother, he's not in the truth, but brother, you know what I mean, he for sure, yeah, I mean, hitting some nails on the, you know what I mean, on the head here. You know what I mean? Who wanna read it for me? From right here. Right here for me. You can see that who behind the computer?
Check. Check. Can you hear me, Cap?
Yeah, my man.
I can read it.
Come on.
Makayao.
Go ahead, Banka. Sorry, hold on. I try to make it bigger. Hold on.
Now you too. I can see it. Cap.
You can see it?
Come on, sir.
Yeah, I know everybody here blind like me, right?
I'm right here,
brother. Come on.
Unlike Bernays, I have no intention of shying away from the term propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
I say we use it, take what was thrown at us, shuck it off, and replace it with positive propaganda.
You understand? Now, he doesn't have the truth. We do. You understand? And how do you shrug off propaganda? You are going to have to what? Come into the truth, into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and learn your culture and be taught it. You understand? Be taught what the Lord love, what the Lord don't love. You understand? He doesn't have it. But yeah, for sure, he's telling you how to get rid of propaganda. And that's what you did. All the lies that tell you about Santa Claus, all the lies that tell you about Christ, where you learned it? You came into the school and sat down in class and learned they were lies. And you did what? You shrug it off. And now you put things positive. You think about black people as being what? The best people on the planet Earth. Now you talk to your kids and tell them, raise their head up. You're the best. You go to school, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. You try to uplift your people. That's what you have to do. That's how you get rid of this propaganda. Right? Now, skip down to right here.
Khan. There are many propaganda principles, but here are a few that I believe were of prime importance in the 18th century Black inferiority marketing strategy. I can't see underneath this sentence, Adawan. Because of
wait, it's marketing strategy. These principles were employed throughout the colonial period of the late 1700s. So the brother going back to where? He going back to the 17 what? To the 1700s. You understand? Hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
There it is.
You can see it there? Mm-hmm.
Come on, sir. These principles were employed throughout the colonial period of the late 1700s, Reconstruction in the late 1800s, the 20th century civil rights movement, and still survive in modern times.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
The big lie.
The big what?
The big lie.
And what's the big lie? What's the big lie? What's the big lie? Come on.
Christ is a white man.
Christ is a white man. What's another big lie?
Christ.
So like
Jesus love everybody.
Yeah. What's another big lie?
So like sir, that we all can be together.
Yes. And what's another big lie? The biggest of them all that separates us.
So like I said, is it God loves everybody?
Yeah, but again, for time's sake, it's that you're African American. I'm a Trinidadian. Kayadwan, he's a Jamaican. Akashka, he Bahamian. So now my allegiance is to Trinidad. Your allegiance is to America. Your allegiance is to Jamaica, Bahamas. You understand? When that's a big lie, you understand? You are Israelites. You understand? We are Israelites. Come on.
In psychology, they use this term called the illusory truth effect. And it's a psychological phenomenon where people are more likely to believe repeated statements, even if they are false.
Yes. That's exactly what's taking place. And he learns it. You know what I mean? Where psychology, where does his psychology come from? Who's the father of psychology? Look it up.
Sigmund Freud.
Yeah, and who's Sigmund Freud?
He's no oppressor.
Yeah, he's Amalek.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
He said that everybody wants to have sex with their mother. That's one of the things that he taught. Like, and he was a deviant too, sir.
Yeah, everything. Remember, Tom's rule when it comes to the oppressor: whatever he says, he does. And there's stories. There's plenty of stories of these heathens doing what. That's why in the Bible, right? Why do you think you have laws on nakedness? Get that from in the Bible. You all know what I'm talking about? Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
So you're talking about the Leviticus 18th chapter?
I believe so. Get it for me.
This is the book of, let's see here, Leviticus. We'll do chapter 18. We'll just do verse. We'll start at verse 8. Okay.
You could start at 21. You could start at 21, 18 and 21. You know what I mean?
The book of Leviticus chapter 18, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire of Slakia. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her.
Right. Go ahead.
And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither.
Leviticus 18.
I'm 18. I think you want to here the uncover the nakedness, verse 6. You want to start prior verse like 8.
Okay, go ahead.
The book of Leviticus chapter 18 and verse let's do 6. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness.
What?
Sorry.
Now, why is the Lord saying this?
Because they was doing that mess in Egypt.
Yes, because remember who the said did that?
Pharaoh. Egyptians sleep with their mothers and their cousins and relatives.
Let's see. You okay? You're right, but I would go. You know, I mean, maybe a few hundred years back.
Oh, okay.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Would you go to that heathen Ham?
Which Ham?
Ham.
Salakia, sir. Salakia, sir.
No. Okay, not quite Sodom and Gomorrah. Not there. But
yeah, hear me, sir.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Nimrod, sir.
Yes, Nimrod, and this is Nimrod. I used to sleep with his mother, Semiramis.
Gun.
Right. So which means these heathens was doing that. So the Lord had to do what? Remember, the laws are to do what? Separate us from these what? Heathens. To separate us. They do it. So you hear them talking about something evil and saying it's okay. Oh, they're doing it. They are doing it, full out doing it. You understand? That's what some show they had where they had a ton of deformed oppressors. And the show was about them sleeping, like, you know what I mean, with each other, basically, family members. Forget the name of the show. You know what I mean? But they do it, and the Lord had to put it in the Bible we are not supposed to do that. You can't see the nakedness, you know what I mean, of your daughter, you know what I mean, your son. You can't do that. We can't do that. And you understand when they say nakedness, right? That don't mean you can't go what? You can't take your son to the doctor and now do what? He can't, you know what I mean, expose himself to the doctor to check him. I'm talking about that. You understand? You know what I mean? Don't take it there with these, you know what I mean, with these oppressors. They'll be that literal with it. You understand? When it talks about nakedness, what are they talking about? Read one more time.
This
Kowal.
This book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 6. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Most High, thy power.
So what is the Lord telling you can't do when he say uncover their nakedness?
Can't sleep.
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have sex with them.
Yes, you cannot. You cannot. You understand? Right? Read on.
Verse 7. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness.
Yeah. And the Lord is telling you, he explaining it to you that you ain't supposed to do that. You understand? He explaining it to you. You can't do that. You understand? He explaining it to you. You can't do that. All right?
Come.
All right. Now, let's go back. So let's read a little more of this. Go on.
The big lie.
Mm-hmm.
The repeated and consistent articulation of a partial, distorted, or manufactured truth.
Mm-hmm.
Colonial era. Black slaves are subhuman beasts.
Mm-hmm.
Reconstruction era. Emancipated blacks are still inferior to whites.
So now he's giving you what? A big lie. Right. That they try to create as what? Truth. So now when you say blacks slaves are subhuman beasts, what is that saying about you? What are they trying to do?
So Salakia, sir.
Come on.
It's they're dehumanizing us. They're equating
Yes.
to animals.
So meaning they are putting themselves what? Above us. Yes. That's the whole meaning of this. You understand? Down to the, you know what I mean, down to the trailer park. You understand? Wants to feel like that, and Donald Trump knows it. Why? Because they done taught the people this. Through what? Propaganda. And this is the negative side of propaganda. Come on, read on.
Civil rights era. Blacks are angry, dangerous, unemployable, and addicted to welfare.
Now, all the way back then, it's saying that, right? Civil rights era. We addicted to welfare. You understand? We what? We blacks are what? Angry. Like we don't have a reason to be angry. But that's how they paint us. You understand? To the point now where black men, they have to now explain themselves. You understand? When we don't have to do anything. The oppressor, he don't explain himself for what? Instead, they make excuses for him. Right? Read on.
Modern era. Low income blacks are innate failures responsible for their own moral and economic decline.
Right. So he labeled this as what? The big lie. Right? Now he comes down here and says what? Hold on, sorry. This part right here. What's the other part said?
Appeal to fear.
Appeal to fear. Now you're learning what they do. I was scared for my life. You all this recently happened maybe a couple years ago. You remember the white woman, right? I think it's an old white woman. She took a tablet or iPad away from a young black child, and the young black child told her, "I was going to get my mom." And the sister came, and when she came to that door, that white woman blasted her through the door. You all know what I'm talking about? You all don't know what I'm talking about? Somebody look up that for me quick. Look up that for me quick. You understand? Like they try. This was way back then. Come on.
It says it's likely referring to an incident related to the case of Susan Lawrence, a white woman in Florida who had a history of disputes with her black neighbor, Ajika Owens, and her children. The confrontation that led to the death of Ajika Owens in June 2023 began when Lawrence reportedly had a dispute with Owens' children playing in a nearby field. According to an incident report and witness statements, Lawrence allegedly picked up an electronic tablet that one of the children had left on the ground.
And Salaki, the sister Jasmine King, right? She said it. It's a Netflix series right now called The Perfect Neighbor.
Come.
You understand? The Perfect Neighbor. Read on.
So this action, combined with other alleged aggressive behaviors like throwing roller skates and an umbrella at the children and using racial slurs, prompted one of the children to get their mother, Ajiki Owens. Owens then went to Lawrence's door to confront her, and Lawrence fatally shot Owens through the closed door.
Now, that is, in her mind, she's what? She's defending herself. But it comes from this propaganda right here that you're reading. Read it.
Appeal to fear. Purposeful effort to instill apprehension and panic.
And apprehension and what?
Panic.
Now read what the colonial era did. Come on.
Can you scroll up some?
No. Salaki, let's scroll up. Go ahead.
Colonial era. Changing the status of black slaves will threaten our livelihood and destroy our way of life.
Right. So they're giving you the different eras, right? The different time. Right? And around the colonial time, they said what? Changing what?
Changing the status of black slaves will threaten our livelihood and destroy our way of life. Good. Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Yesterday, here in North Carolina, primarily in Wilmington, was the 127th anniversary of the Wilmington Massacre. And a lot of this propaganda was spewed by the Confederate soldiers that were, taken out of authority, taken out of rulership of Wilmington. They had this pastor, this evangelical, he would be called a Christian nationalist today, but he was in charge and he promoted everything that this brother's put on this list as far as the stereotyping and them painting us as being uncivilized and childlike. All that led up to the white minority in Wilmington taking up arms and slaughtering the blacks that were establishing themselves, that came fresh off of Stagville, came off the plantations, tried to establish themselves and be law-abiding citizens in this great U.S. of A.
Yeah,
but the white folks hated that, and they took up arms and they unalived them.
Yeah,
Salakia.
You understand? And give me a wise man is angry. You understand? Like you have no idea, of what it is to be angry. You understand? In this place. Like black people think we should just go about being happy and being jolly in this place. You understand? This sister is right. All right.
So
Nashama, sister Nashama is right. Come on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Surely, because when you learn about these things, now they do not want to teach us these things in school, because if they teach us these things in school, we are going to be angry. You understand? Why? Because we'll recognize that we are being what? Oppressed. Like this brother, he recognized that we were being oppressed. But guess what? Like all our brothers before this truth, they didn't have the right solution. You understand? Nat Turner, his solution was to go unalive his slave master. And that was not the right solution. And then you have Martin Luther King on the other side, who wanted to what? Go join the oppressor. And that was not the right solution. None of those were the right solution. Then you had the Black Panthers, right? Who tried to, come up and, black this, black that. And they were destroyed when the drugs came through. Why? Because they did not do it the right way. They didn't have the solution. You understand? The solution is not just to separate. The solution is you're going to have to separate out and do what? And do what? Separate and do what?
And keep the most style, sir.
Yes, I'll take that.
Come on, come.
And the separate, does it mean physical? What is the separation I'm talking about? Yes. Meaning what? Now we're not celebrating Veterans Day. We're going to tell our kids, do not celebrate that day. We're going to tell them the truth that Black people started that Veterans Day. But that's not a day for us to celebrate. You understand? We're going to tell them that Christmas is a lie. There's no fat white man coming down no chimney to do nothing. You understand? All right?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
To your point about, if they talked about the truth. I remember being in school and Alex Haley, he had that series Roots, where he took creative liberty with what he said one of his descendants were in the man named Kente. And I remember they showed us Roots during Black History Month. And that was some miseducation at its finest, because in our minds, we're thinking that we're Africans.
Yes.
In our minds, we're thinking that we're slaves, and that's our origin story. And what it was, we was pissed off. We was looking at the white students in class like we couldn't believe, your ancestors did this to us. And it started fighting. Salakia.
Yeah. And you understand? And that's because we don't have, back then, we didn't have the right teachings on what to do with that anger. You understand? You should be angry. You should be very angry. You understand? And now you go take that anger and now go put it towards changing your life and trying to change your brother and sister's life according to this Bible. The solution is this Bible. You understand? The solution is getting into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. These are the groups, especially these purple MFs. They want to push loving these other nations, especially them Hamites, on us. When these Hamites, they oppressed us also too. They took part in our oppression also too. You understand? You better come into the UPK and learn the truth, man, under Commander General Hannah. You understand? Now read that one more time.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a what?
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
Look at that. Today was a gift for some of us. Why? Because we get to stay home and relax. And now it seems as if this is something good, when this is not good. You understand? Don't let what the oppressor giving you, that seems as if, it's something, to make you feel good.
Salaki,
I think it's a gift. Come on.
Got a preset.
Go ahead.
It's Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
That's it.
After the tradition of men,
That's it.
After the rudiments of the world and not after Christ.
That's it. That's correct. Excellent. You understand? Like we gonna have to be aware of it. And the only way for you to be aware of it, you're gonna have to come into the school. I mean, those of you who are watching online for the first time, you understand? You are going to be aware of it. I guarantee if you keep on coming to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge classes, you are going to be awakened. And you're going to see that the Christian church is not for Black people, not for Hispanics and First Nation people. You're going to see that America been lying to you all along. You're going to see it. And you're going to tell your family members that America don't love you. And you should come into these classes and learn under Commander General Hanna.
So like
You understand? Take that fire and do that. Come on.
If I may, so in Raleigh, there's this church called the Upper Room, right? So
hear that name.
Every time, like on Sunday, sometimes I just tune in just to see the game, you know. And I noticed that the pastor there, he's like the biggest pastor in Raleigh. Like he's starting to use some of our stuff. Like he's starting to use the word the truth, and the law is not done away with, and all of these things. Man! And one of the things he did, he started talking about the law, right? You know, in the Christian kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Not like the way we do. But then the funny part, sir, is this: at the end of the sermon, when he got people all riled up, he said that I'm gonna try to quote him. He said that he inferred that the law was done away with. I can't remember exactly how he said it, but it was total confusion what he was saying at the beginning and what he said at the end, knowing that at the end they was going to remember what he said at the end when everybody was up and shouting and stuff like that.
Yeah. he learned that from the oppressor. Give me Ephesians 4:26. And then we'll get back to some of this again. Ephesians 4:26. All right. Like all these holidays, you're going to learn. Come in here, we're going to teach you about Christmas, where Christmas come from. Teach you where Thanksgiving come from. You teach you where what's the holiday they just celebrated? What's that?
Halloween.
Halloween, right? You Christians you Catholics that celebrate All Saints and All Souls Day. That is Halloween. You understand? That is Halloween. Right? Come on.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and verse 26. Be ye angry and not
be what?
Be ye angry.
Be angry. The Lord is telling you, you know what I mean? Be angry. You understand? These Paul here telling you what? Yeah, be angry, huh? Right? Read on.
And not sin.
You don't have to sin. You don't have to commit a crime. You understand? Don't do it. You understand? Who did that? Who was angry and sinned? So much of your brothers.
So like
come on.
We can start with Cain, right?
Cain. But we could start with Nat Turner. Because he fresh. You understand? Be angry, but don't sin. You understand? You don't have to do it. Or these brothers who remember the brother who was sniping the cops on them. I think it was in Texas. And then you had Adrian Dorner, I forget his name.
Salakia, sir. That's Micah Johnson and Christopher Dorner.
Christopher Dorner. Yes. You understand? Like they was angry, but they went to do what? Unalive. How much ever people they could unalive before they go out. You understand? You don't do that. You come into the UPK, we'll teach you to be angry, and we'll teach you where to direct your anger to. I mean, you go out there on Saturdays and you blow as a trumpet. You understand? You wake your brothers and sisters up. Direct your anger to that. You know what I mean? You don't direct your anger towards your loved ones. You're a black man in your house, you're angry, and now you go home and you take it out on your kids, or you take it out on your wife. You understand? Don't do that. They're not the enemy inside the house, man. You understand? The enemy is outside. The enemy is the oppressor who is oppressing you. And you should be angry, but you don't have to sin. You don't have to abuse nobody. You don't. You come in here and you're going to learn how to do it. All right? Now, let's read a little more. Read a little more. Now we're coming up on the time. Hold on. Let me see. Go ahead, Bankia.
Khan. Reconstruction era. Emancipated blacks will seek revenge and rape white women.
Oh boy. You remember that show? What's the show? Birth of a Nation? Right? Birth of a Nation. They did that to put what? That was propaganda to put what? Fear into what? White men, into these white oppressors, into thinking that's what we want to do. Well, we don't want to do that. Our women are the best. We don't need them Caucasians. Don't need that. You understand? But they will have you think that we thirsty behind their woman. And now today, your basketball players and all these players that in sports, that's, you know what I mean, once they get successful, that's all they're running behind now. You understand? You all should learn from what's his name, Tiger Woods. What happened to Tiger Woods? He got burned bad, real bad. You understand? All right.
So Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in conjunction with
come on, ask. Hold on, IOCK. Ask a question, man. You're in class. You're not to ask if we take question. Just make sure it's sensible. You know what I mean? Come on.
Salakia, sir. Thomas Jefferson, he also promoted and perpetrated a lot of this propaganda about us having, you know, these aggressive spirit toward desiring white women over our own women.
Mm-hmm.
He related us to orangutans and all kinds of primates.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote about this, Thomas Jefferson's racism in 1788. I'll share it with you. Salakia.
Khan. You understand? When we know we had the best woman, man, ain't nobody could cook better than the black woman, Hispanic, or First Nation. Nobody. You understand? But they would have you think that, I mean, with all these other nations that are able to get these franchise, that our woman can't cook. But she could cook. It's just that we oppressed in this place are that you had to go to work, she has to go to work. You understand? And by the time you all come home, you're all tired. Who gonna cook? Who gonna do it? You understand? And here you're gonna learn how to sacrifice. Somebody gonna have to do it. Right? Come on. Go ahead.
Civil rights era. Blacks are revolutionary communists. They're moving too fast and want too much at once. Black power really means race war.
Right. You see? And this is all what the brother's saying is what? Propaganda. Black power mean race war. So now when you hear brothers saying what? Only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians could be saved. We should only love blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. In their mind, what are they pushing? That we what? We want to now pick up arms and do what? Go fight him. You understand? And just to answer IOCK, right? Yes, the Bible teaches that Christ only died for blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. Now you are going to have to give me a scripture that says otherwise. All right? And that back here, you can read on.
Khan. Modern era. Low-income blacks are violent and prone to crime. They threaten property values and must be contained or incarcerated.
And that's what you're seeing. The modern era is the era you're in right now. And you're seeing that right now. Where all these things that you're seeing when it comes to the modern era, that's what they're pushing. You understand? Low income, all on welfare, all the crimes taking place there. You understand? While guess what? Big corporate America robbing you. They're robbing you more than the, you know, I mean, the youth that trying to what? Take stuff out of Target or wherever. Not condoning it, but that is nowhere close to what the oppressor is doing to his nation.
So
nowhere close. Come on.
Also, the word containment, right? So we have the yard, we have the projects, we have the ghetto. That's the containment, to contain us in a certain way that we should be controlled and contained by them. That's where all of those things came from.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know how to put that up on the screen. I'm gonna control from from this side here. All right. No, you can't drop the. I ain't gonna drop no link for you, brother.
Like if I may, sir.
Come on.
Like the projects, right? Like people don't understand that word. Like the projects is exactly that. It's a project. It had an intent and it had a desired outcome. So all of these things that they were saying back then, you understand, they put in effect when they had the finances to do so.
Yes.
Using our own tax dollars and all the money that we generated for them against us.
That's it.
And they continue to do so.
Right. Correct. So the big thing was what? Big two was what? You had what? The big lie, the appeal to what? Your fear. And now we're going to read about what? Appeal to prejudice. Read this.
Appeal to prejudice, attaching a value or moral label to flawed but well-established perceptions.
Right. Read on.
Colonial era. Whites are physically, mentally, and morally superior to blacks.
We all know that is a lie. We all know that's a lie. But that's what they was pushing. Remember the advertisement for, I think it was American Eagle, the jeans, when the woman was saying that they have good genes, right? She was playing on words. You remember that? The American Eagle advertisement. And it was, you know what I mean, it was, you know what I mean, black people were coming up against it. Somebody look it up. And let me know. But Banker, you stick with me. Come on.
The colonial era, Salakia. Reconstruction era. Blacks want and need to be subjugated. They cannot function in free society.
And that's how black people feel today, right? Black people today is like, okay, if Esau is not around, if the oppressor is not around, how are we gonna live? How are we gonna function? Oh, you gonna do this? You gonna do that? No. We you know what I mean? And this was what? Just propaganda. And this was what? In the Reconstruction era, right? In that time. Come on.
Salakia, sir, I got the definition of subjugate.
Come on.
Bring under domination or control, especially by conquest. Make someone or something subordinate to.
Right. And what do some of your simple Uncle Tom say? That we were better off where?
In slavery.
In slavery. You can believe that propaganda if you want. We were not better off in slavery, and we're not better off right now. You understand? All that was propaganda. Right? Read on.
Civil rights era. Whites have earned economic and social privilege through hard work, discipline, high morals, and family values.
Now you understand why they don't want you to go there and speak about the crimes they committed. If you go speak about the crimes they committed, like what we're going to do this Saturday when we go there and speak. What's your dude name? The wings. What's the wing spot name? Kowal.
So like your dad bods out of one.
We'll say it one more time.
Dad bods.
Dad bods.
You come.
Yeah, we sell all that trash wings. You know why nobody's standing up outside your establishment trying to break it down? Because your food is trash. It ain't because of us. It ain't because of us. Because black people, you mean, go see them soul food stores. You understand? Go see them Jamaican stores. There's lines in them. Lines. Why? Because they could cook. The food lashing, as we say. You understand? Yours is trash. You can't cook. Come on.
So the devil's name is Keith Bowen.
Yeah, Keith Bowen. We're going to talk about you, Bowen. Oh, boy. You don't like competition. Oh, we love it. And we relish competition. Oh, you selling food, physical food. We selling spiritual food. Let's see who going to buy.
That's right.
Come on.
The name of the restaurant is actually called a Dad Bod Dive Bar. It's a dive bar, which is a bar. It's a small place with liquor. You can get like trash food with hot Cheetos on top of it.
Yeah. Nobody wants that. You have a bad business model. You understand? What your people was doing, what was making them survive was slavery. That's what your oppressors good with. Slavery and being criminals. I mean, you're trying to have a business. That may not be your way. You might want to try something else. You be telling us that, right? You might want to try something else. Come on.
Modern era. Social and economic.
Somebody say he worked for Keith Bowen. That's good. Go tell Keith we talking about him. And be a man. Grow some nuts. And come and talk for himself. You know what I mean? You could meet us out there in the corner. We're telling you when we're going to be. We're going to be there at 1 p.m. on Saturday. Isupk. Come out there and defend Keith Bowen. You understand? Come out there and defend. Make sure I bring a napkin because I will tell Keith that we have somebody here who wants to lick the crumb from you know where. Bring a napkin. You understand with you. So you can wipe your mouth after a meal on Keith. Come on.
Salaki, sir. Modern era. Social and economic woes are attributed solely to irresponsible Black parenting, crime-coddling communities, and a sense of perceived victimization.
Yeah. Brother. All of this he's talking about is this propaganda that they done push. You know what I mean? About us. And now we in a state where you go ask a Black person lived in slavery. Go ask a Black person. Isupk, are you Black or are you a Caucasian male? You Black or white? What's your nationality, Isupk? Right? All right. Now read this last one here. I believe this is the last one. Hold on. Yeah.
Come on. Stereotyping. Exaggerating established perceptions of physical or cultural traits. Attaching negative attributes to an entire group.
So you see what they did? They studied and knew what to do. You understand? They studied and know what to do. You understand? They studied. That's why the whole psychology, that's why the so-called small hats, their entire their entire way of thinking is based off of their science of statistics and putting, you know what I mean, having you do these what do they call those things? Those help them out. You know what I'm talking about? Those surveys.
Oh, polls.
Yeah, those polls. You understand? Now you understand why they, you know, I mean, the news, they dehumanize certain people when they're about to go deal with them, because they did it to us and it worked. It worked to the point where today nobody even worries and cares how we treated in America. But the Israelite School Universe of Practical Knowledge. You understand? Just like what Commander Jerry Hanna said on that video. Yes, Jerry L. Surveys to WADA. Commander Jerry Hanna said, he's told us a young black brother, never forget it. I was there that day, told that young brother, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're from, but you are a black man like me, and it means something. It's worth something. It's worth something. Brother, when I heard it, that was it. Sealed. You understand? It's worth something. Right? Not what's going on today. You understand? What's going on today is them trying to further destroy us. They're trying to turn us against each other. I'm trying to tell you the best on the planet Earth. And we have to come together to fight against the oppression that is being put on us. You shouldn't sell your behind out for money. You shouldn't have to do that. Why would you do that? Why would you do that when your people is hurting? Why would you do that? Because you believe in the propaganda. And these things in the UPK, we fight against. We fight against it spiritually, not physically. You understand? Because I know the oppressor, he going to be thinking, oh, he trying to roll you all up. The next thing he going to be saying, you know what I mean, thinking, or in his mind, hearing is, he is saying, go get guns. No, I'm not saying that, Mr. Oppressor. We're not going to get no guns. All we're going to get is a mic and a Bible. And we're going to tell you the truth. Keith, what is his name?
I believe it's Keith Bowen.
Yeah, Keith Bowen do not want us speaking the truth on the corner because it makes him feel guilty. It makes Keith feel like he never worked hard for what he did. He didn't work hard. He was given that because his forefathers were slave masters. You understand? We work hard every day. So go tell IOCK, go tell Keith. But when we'll be there this Friday, tell him bring the biggest camera. You understand? Tell him bring it. I mean, come talk to us instead of being a woman and trying to put up some stuff on the internet, you know what I mean? And trying to cry. Come talk to us, man. Come tell us why we shouldn't be on the corner. You understand? And Keith is doing exactly what they're doing here, which is propaganda. He's trying to paint us as what? As what? What he's trying to paint us as? Black, angry, impatient, what?
Murderers.
Yeah.
Murderers.
And we what? We low income. Trying to say what? We don't, they don't have any jobs. They ain't go to school. How do you know we ain't go to school?
Shalakia, Cap.
Come on.
What you said, drug addicts, criminals.
Yeah.
It's depending on government assistance.
Yeah.
Irresponsible.
Yeah. Like how? No, ISCK. You're not here to talk. That's the problem. We know people like you are a whole lot, and people like you. You're the coward because you behind the computer. I'm not behind the computer. You see my face. You see my face all the way on the streets. Come on the streets and let's see who's the coward. You don't know the Bible. You're a fool if you think you come up against the men of the Lord. All right, come on the streets, man. Tell Keith, come on the street. Keith is a coward. Keith is the one that's a coward. Go tell Keith, come on the streets. And stop taking picture from afar. Read this last part here.
You see it?
Which one? The anti-Jewish propaganda part, sir?
Yep.
Anti-Jewish propaganda, perhaps the only other group subjected to such an extensive, calculated, and government-funded propaganda campaign were the Jews under the reign of Germany's leader, Adolf Hitler, in the 30s and 40s. The Fuhrer.
Like, just imagine this. You on here, you learning the truth. We reading the Bible. And here comes our Uncle Tom. Just imagine the brainwashing your brothers had to go through. And the book is named what? Brainwashed. And this fool can't even see he's brainwashed into loving other nation. You're brainwashed. I'm not on here telling you to do what? To go harm anybody. I'm on here telling you we need to wake up, and we're going to have to tell these people that they're criminals and show them how they've been criminals. You understand? Come on, read on.
The Fuhrer found propaganda a handy tool in spreading the dogma of Aryan superiority, achieving military goals, and justifying the mass eradication of Jews. The Ministry of Public.
Right. We all know he's talking about the Jewish man, the so-called Eastern European Amalek, right? Or the Ashkenaz. You understand? Jewish man, right? He is not the real Jew. This is not the real Jew he's talking about. He's talking about the Eastern European people who call themselves the Jews today, right? Read on.
The Ministry of Public Enlightenment and Propaganda, headed by Hitler's propagandist Joseph Goebbels, churned out posters, films, and books that spread Hitler's bile.
And that's what Keith want to do. He wants to spread his bile. You understand? His vomit. Just tell the truth, man. You know what I mean? Your establishment is trash. You know what I mean? You tell the truth, then you can start fixing the establishment. It has nothing to do with us. Come on.
Although Jews, like blacks, suffered under a deadly campaign of propaganda and brainwashing, the effort doesn't seem to have hampered their long-term cultural evolution or caused stifling psychological impairment. Jews don't rank with blacks in social and economic dysfunction.
Go on.
It's not that Jewish people are better or stronger than black people. The Holocaust under Hitler, as deadly and horrific as it was, lasted about 12 years. Even by conservative standards, the Black Holocaust had a solid 250-year run.
Now you understand. Now you understand why Isupk, if he is an Israelite, if he is a black man, now you understand why he's on here coming up against his own brothers. Because this is 250-year head start that they had on us. You know what oppression that is? And not just 250 years, but 250 years and what? And counting. You understand? And counting. Which lets you know, brother, what you all doing is revolutionary. You understand? It's revolutionary. And to the point to where now I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm not getting up there and giving you a speech. You understand? I'm not getting up there and giving you my speech. You not doing that. You are reading out the Bible and you are saying out aloud what's inside that Bible. You understand? You are giving brothers and sisters the solution that's in that Bible. You understand? Give me Psalms, I think it's Psalms 148 and 19. And then give me Hosea 4 and 6. Hosea 4 and 6 and Psalms. Understand? Like, we're going to have to wake up, man, and wake up quick, or else we're going to be the tool for the oppressor. You understand? The tool. And when he's finished with that tool, he just going to throw it to the side. But guess what? Not in here. Your brothers don't just throw it to the side in here. You come in here, and brother, you are as valuable, as the disciples of Christ. You understand? You are valuable. Sisters, you come in here, you are valuable. You understand? Like that sister Esther. You understand? Come on.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, 148 don't have 19.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. Come on.
A book of Psalms 147 and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Yeah, you are trying to show me up here right now. IOCK trying to cut me. You know what I mean? Come on.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
His statute and his judgment unto who?
Unto Israel.
That's what the Lord cares about, Israel. Not everybody. The Lord likens these other nations like a bucket of what? Like a drip from a bucket of water, a drop that falls from a bucket. He likened these other nations to spittle. You understand? You employ to spit. You understand? You want to love these other nations. It's as if the Lord telling you playing with your spit. You're nasty. You're nasty work. You're dirty. You're filthy if you're doing that. Come on.
Verse 20. He have not dealt so with any nation.
He has not dealt so with what?
With any nation.
With any nation. And somehow you're getting New Testament, and somehow we're just going to throw the Old Testament away. Now, Negro, you need to be thrown away. Not the Old Testament. Your philosophy needs to be thrown away. You don't understand the Bible. You just want to love who you want to love. You understand? Some of you brothers, so simple, you all think it's easy to get an oppressor woman. You don't want to work for your sister. You can't smooth talk. You're like these, I mean, these Caucasian males who can't talk, who want to just, go back to the caveman days and, hit a woman upside the head and pull her in the cave and just do whatever you want with her. Nah, you got to get some game, you black man. Get some game. You know what I mean? Coming to the Israelite School Universe of Practical Knowledge. We're going to teach you. We love women up in here. You know what I mean? We love them. But you see outside there with them, with whoever, they're going to be teaching you not to follow this Bible and how to go about doing things in this Bible, man. Read on.
And as far as his judgments, they have not known them.
They have what?
They have not known them.
Yeah, these other nations don't know. They don't know the Lord's judgment as yet. You understand? These nations just gain about a fraction of it. But the oppressor, oh boy, this time coming.
Salakia,
right? Come on.
Like, this is heavy because it says they don't know the judgments of the Lord, but the Lord pronounced the judgments in the Bible. All of their judgments is in the Bible. They don't know because they don't want to know.
That's it. And that's why they call what? A natural disaster, what? Yeah, Mother Nature. They don't know the Lord. That's the Lord judgment on the earth. They don't know. They don't know earthquakes. That comes from the Lord. You understand? It comes from the Lord. Now, give me Hosea 4:6. Last one, Hosea 4:6.
Just the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
That's it. We destroy for lack of knowledge, man. We don't understand when black men, as black men, we have to come together. We don't understand that knowledge. Instead, when you hear black men speaking, about this Bible, the first thing you do is to come up against them to go stand with your oppressor because you lack knowledge. And what knowledge do you lack? It's not saying you ain't going to school. We ain't gonna tell you ain't going to school. We'll ask you first, IOCK, have you been to school? You know what I mean? What grade you finish school at? We'll ask you all of that. And we'll see that what you may have been all the way up to college. And then you still don't know who you are. That's because you lack what? Read. All right.
Lack knowledge.
You lack knowledge. Read on.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because you reject knowledge. You reject the priest of the Lord coming to you and telling you God only loves blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. You reject it. You reject it so much because you feel so inferior to Keith Bowen. Keith Bowen is a slimy rat, a snake. That's how I look at him. So you should look at him. I didn't mean to harm him, but he's slimy. He's like a snake. He's crawling on his belly. Yeah, and he's slithering. Come on.
So like it, sir. You know, I was having a conversation with a brother, and one of the things that came up was that, you know, the level of consciousness because of Christianity, like Christianity has dumbed down the whole world. Like the brother was saying to me, he's saying like the consciousness, even in biblical times, in ancient times, was higher than it is now. And when you read the Bible, you see that that's true. Like the level of consciousness under Christianity has decreased so much that they've created a whole world of fools, man, in reality.
And okay, and you correct when you say that Christianity, when it comes to brothers and sisters, of course, but it's the propaganda that they use. You know what I mean? These lies that they don't push. You know, saying you go on the internet and you type in what's the color of Christ, and brother, you're gonna see lies. You're gonna say, ask the computer, show me a depiction of Christ. Show me it. And see what they show you. Go ask a brother to close his eyes or a sister to close their eyes. Tell me the color that comes to mind. Sky. Then hit them with Christ. I'm telling you, the first picture that comes into the mind is that white image. And then they have to fight it and say, no, he's what? Black. After this day, you close your eye, you hear Christ. That Cesar Borgia somehow, I mean, comes in your head. But you have now learned to put that way to the back. That's a lie. You understand? All that comes from the brainwashing into telling you that you ain't ish, that a nigga ain't ish. Right? Read on.
I will also reject thee.
I will also what?
Reject thee.
Yeah, the Lord going to reject you if you reject his people, man. That's why you don't want to play with the Lord. You understand? You don't want to play with the Lord, man. The Lord is going to reject you. He's going to. Read on.
That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children.
I will what?
I will also forget thy children.
I will also forget your children. And you don't want to play with the Lord. We mess with the Lord and the Lord puts us where? In captivity. You understand? Like he held his side of the bargain, we did not. He held his side of the contract, the agreement, the covenant. He held his side of it. We did not. And we're going to have to hold it. You understand? IOCK. Make sure and read that Bible before you come out to camp this Friday. Make sure and read it. You understand? You and Keith sit down and come up with a game plan. I mean, what I suggest you do, you and Keith sit down and do, is come up with a menu. I mean, that you might be better at that. You know what I mean? But if you want to come around the man of the Lord, just sit down and come up with a game plan. You know what I mean? Or I'll tell you, learn to cook some fried wings good. You understand? All right. Any more questions before I pass the class over to What pass the class over to?
I'll take it out of one.
Pass the class. Okay. Any questions? No sweat. Next week we'll get it. All right. I'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer Bankayal. Tawada.
ISUPK, Salaki, if I may. Men of Israel, Majim. I'm going to render one courtesy salute to Captain 13,000 Nayathaq Banyamya. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat. Majim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim.
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yashai Brakathum.
Got a Matai, hands down. Sar, turn to face the sisters. Sisters, I Majim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to our sisters. Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad Barak, Yahweh. Got a Matah. The shop means to be seated. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to treasury department or teacher. Priest funds, a free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming Holy Convocation, we have the Feast of the Dedication, or Hanukkah, 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, which will be Sunday, the 14th of December of 2025, for the span of 8 days, according to the book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, class dismissed.
Shalom, shalom.